I'm not gonna divorce my wife or anything like that. She's an incredible woman, and as corny as it sounds, my one true love. She's been an amazing mom, never done anything like this before, wasn't planning on posting it to social media, she barely even uses Facebook. She just made a misstep here for reasons which I'll get into shortly. I can't respond to every comment, but I'll expand on some which caught my attention. 12-year-old did in fact get the talk from wife when she turned 12. So she knew what was happening, but it was still something she hadn't experienced before, so it threw her a little. I emailed my two closest sisters, and they both said, in their opinions, her reaction was normal. As one of them put it, even at best it can be a shock, regardless of whether or not you're prepared for it, because it just happens. And even if you've felt PMS-style symptoms without ever having felt them before, you might not guess what they are until afterward. No, I did not notice the decorations being put up. I had to go out and run some errands related to my work, was gone about 3 to 4 hours. More than enough time for wife to decorate. Before we had kids, wife and I agreed we would treat our boys and girls the same when it came to bodily functions. I.e., we'd make sure boys would be comfortable going to her with questions or problems if I wasn't around, and vice versa. And over the years, we would keep up with age-appropriate literature so we'd be equally informed. Just so happened we only had girls. I love that. Around 10 or so, when they started wanting more detailed explanations of where babies come from and such, we always conducted such conversations as a team, making it clear to each of them they could count on either of us. That being said, there have been some things which I never took part in. For example, the 19-year-old never asked me to take her bra shopping. That was all wife. She did, however, occasionally ask me to pick up tampons or such in the years before she went to college. No 12-year-old did not want to wait to tell me. It happened right after she got home from school on a half day. Wife works 10-hour shifts, so she wouldn't have been there, as I said in my original post, for another 4 hours. 12-year-old has always been closer to wife than me. 19-year-old was closer to me than wife, but I was who was available. I'm sure that if we'd both been around, 12-year-old would have gone to her mom. I wasn't trying to claim the dialogue was verbatim what we said, my memory isn't that good, but the general tone is there, and some of it I did in fact remember word for word. So after a few days, things around the house went back to normal. Wife cooled off, 12-year-old began to talk to her again, and they didn't appear to have any issues. Except that 12-year-old began coming to me more often about things instead of her mom, because you have shown her that you are a trusted adult. Wife obviously noticed, as they'd been very close before this, and was hurt but said nothing. I mean, girl, if you betray your daughter's trust, it's gonna happen. I guess she figured she deserved it. Finally, one day after I got back from taking 12-year-old to school, wife asked if 12-year-old was still angry with her. I said I didn't think so, and wife just kind of deflated. She looked so miserable that I actually got worried and asked if she was still angry. Wife said no, then admitted that she effed up and gotten too into the concept of what others have been calling a menstruation celebration, which is a great phrase, it even rhymes. Said she'd been so focused on making sure 12-year-old had a positive experience that she brushed aside her reluctance to take